look, the Dutch could be dangerous. We know once a team gets on a roll, it really does push through the entire, all of their crews and the entire team. In lane 1, France, lane 2, Netherlands, lane 3, USA, lane 4, Great Britain, lane 5, New Zealand, and lane 6, Australia.
Well, the French have done a marvellous job to get into this race. The Tourland twins, Thibaut and Guillaume, up in the bows from Avion Grenoble, Benoit Brunet and Théo Ray in the stroke seat from St. Quentin and Société Nautique Bergerac. Here are the Dutch, and in the stern of this Dutch boat, the Rinks brothers, Ralph and Rick in the stroke seat. Nicky van Sprang, former Cal Osman in the bows. What a fantastic guy he is. Ruben Nab from the Dutch 8 in the 2 seats. This is a marvellous American crew. Liam Corrigan has been absolutely caning it in the stroke seat. Mike O'Grady, Nick Mead, Justin Best, coached by Casey Galvanek. I think there's been a bit of Mike Tatey in those guys as well. Casey Galvanek been working with them since January. The British favourites, Oliver Wilkes, Dave Ambler, Matty Aldridge, Freddie Davison, haven't lost this season, reigning world champions. But we've seen a few favourites fall today. Over in New Zealand, some people's pick for the gold. Ollie McLean, Logan Ulrich, Tom Murray and Mac McDonald from that gold medal. New Zealand Olympic 8 in Tokyo. What experience to have in the stern of the boat. Well, these men have got a free hit. They haven't had the greatest of world championships, but they're pleased to be in the final. Qualified for Paris, Alex Pennell, Spencer Turin, Jack Hargreaves, Alex Hill, the Olympic champions back together, and they'll just blast off and give it a go.
Well, it's been an incredible day so far as we see these men's heavyweight fours getting away. Just having a look at the Americans. Anyone's call really where this one's going to go. Great Britain would be the favourites coming into it, the world champions. We see Freddie Davison there in the stroke seat. But there's competition right across this field, I think, today.
Britain are the world champions, as you said, Martin, the favourites, but I just have a sense that anything could happen in this race. We know that the Kiwis are a crew that are stepping on and on. They came out with that bronze medal at World Cup 3. The Americans, no one's seen them all season. They're going to get better with every race. The Australians, the Olympic combination, back together, back in their original seating configuration. Let's see what happens down the track.
USA leading the race out at the moment. Liam Corrigan, the man who never lost a seat race when he was going for the USA Olympic 8. There's the bowman, Justin Best, who won the pairs, the winter speed order with Liam Corrigan. Nick Mead and Michael Grady in the middle of that American boat. He looks really good, Liam Corrigan, doesn't he? Really fluid there.
Yeah, they're moving really well, this American four. I mean, sometimes you see American crews and they look like they spend a lot of time rowing in 8s and they don't look like they're particularly efficient. But no, this American four really do look like they get maximum distance per stroke, get the most out of what they've got. So we're taking a look now at this four from Australia, looking in there. Alex Pennell in the bow seat, Spencer Turan, you know he's going to send it down as they take a look to the side. The rest of the field is there, slightly creeping on them. But there's 4 crews in a line at the front of the field. Yeah, pushed out the back at the moment. It is the French with these 5 boats in contact. Perhaps the Aussies about half a length down on the field. So it's the 4 boats in 2, 3 and 4 who are in the lead as we ride here with the Americans.
Casey Galvanek's done a fantastic job with this American crew, but the British are ominously moving through at the moment.
Yeah, the British ominously moving through. They tend to get into a calm, steady kind of rhythm. The British are at 37 strokes a minute. The Dutch are at 38 strokes a minute. Those two sat there, and I think they'll be the ones who might start to press on. You can see that yellow bow of Great Britain just getting in front. To their left, it is the United States, and this smooth-looking crew from the Netherlands coming up too.
Ralph Rinks in the stern of that boat, coached by Diederik Simon, of course, your old sparring partner in the Dutch 8. Backed up by Ralph Rinks behind him, Nico Rinks, their dad and Thomas Keller medal winner, double Olympic champion, is here, as is their mother, Harriet van Etterkoven, also herself a great Dutch rower. Look how smooth, I've said it in commentary before, Freddie Davison looks really smooth, doesn't he, in the stroke seat.
The British looking really strong here, 37 strokes per minute, long and strong together. The French, they're out of it at this stage in the race. They're going to have to keep themselves up in contact if they want to have any shot here. But the Kiwis, perhaps sitting in bronze medal position at the moment, just behind the USA. The Dutch in 4th, Australia in 5th, and the French out of contact in 6th.
Yeah, Sarah, you called that crew from New Zealand. They're tracking the field to their left. America went out hard to start, but as it is, the British are starting to ease their way out. It's nearly a half-length lead they've got, but it feels like the New Zealanders are going with them.
Yeah, Eric Murray, the great New Zealand Olympic champion, has tipped these boys for gold. It'll need a great third 500 like they scored in the Olympics when the New Zealand men's 8 won, but the British 4 look peerless out in front. There's the New Zealand stroke, Matt McDonald, Olympic champion in the men's 8, but Britain's still moving out.
Britain's still only just moving out very slowly on the Americans. The Dutch, who've had such a wonderful day today, aren't yet making a big move. I still kind of think that they might have something special, but as it is, it's Great Britain. They've eased that out. It's probably 3/4 of a length now with America beside them.
Sensationally, the Olympic champions from Australia, they are out of medal contention at this stage. The 3 leading crews, Great Britain, USA, New Zealand, and now a push starting to come from the Dutch on the far side of the course.
They'll need to push. They're not big men, these Dutchmen. Nicky van Sprang, just 84, 85 kilos in the bow. And the Americans, well, maybe they've done what they could do in the first part of this race to hang on to the British, but as we come through to the last quarter, the British have rowed so efficiently, so fluidly, so effectively. You think they're going to have what it takes to hang on to that lead in the last quarter. America and New Zealand for the silver and bronze medals.
Yeah, that's the way it looks right now. It's a big gap back to the rest of the field. That Australian 4, the 4 Olympic champions, you see them down there 8 seconds behind. They've had some problems. They've been changing their seating order. It's not quite clicking for them. It is clicking for the British at the front of the field. Now they get that little bit of clear water, as I think the Americans are going to start to hurt. And if anything, the New Zealanders are going to come back on them.
Look at the British. They've got clear water now, coached by Christian Felkel. They're in the lead. I don't think anyone's going to challenge them for that gold medal. But look at the race unfolding here. The Kiwis and the Americans, these 2 new boats. Who's going to take the silver?
Well, as we have a look, the British 4 there, they look calm, they look composed. They're at 38 strokes a minute, underrating the rest of the field. That's the way they tend to do it. The Americans are now sprinting as we're into the red boys. They're at 41 strokes a minute. The Kiwis are trying to go with them, but it seems like a big ask for them to get up to silver medal position. Look at how smoothly they're moving. This Great Britain 4 coming down towards the last 150 metres.
It is America sprinting for the line, New Zealand going with them. The bronze and silver medals, the Dutch, Van Sprang, Nab and the Rinks brothers going with that surge at the end. But it is the British boat. In the bows, Ollie Wilkes, who got COVID last year, ruled him out of a seat in this boat. Dave Ambler, he got a seat as a substitute. Matt Aldridge got COVID. He missed the Worlds last year. Freddie Davison stroked to gold. And Matt Aldridge gets his gold medal in the 3 seats. Freddie Davison raises his hand in silver medal position. Great result from the Americans. New Zealand celebrate with a bronze medal. And in 4th place, the Netherlands, Australia in 5th, and the French in 6th.
Wow. Well, I think that's the first race today that's gone with a chevron shape. That the 2 crews in the centre lanes have ended up in 1st and 2nd places. It's been such a day of surprises. But a great row from Great Britain. Great row from America as well. New onto the scene this year, went with them. New Zealanders also new onto the scene. Fantastic from them.
I think that's the first gold medals for Matthew Aldridge and Oliver Wilkes at a world level. And when you think that the British have got 2 of last year's world champions as spares here.
Yeah, no, the Great Britain sweep system certainly seems to be working quite well. The pair got the bronze medal today, silver medal today. Silver, didn't they? 8 obviously yet to go tomorrow. We'll see all of that racing. We will bring you here on World Rowing. We've still got the quads to bring you today as we have a little recap of this one. How did you see this, Sarah?
Yeah, look, it was a race that felt like anything could happen, but the British really showed that they are the form crew, taking that gold medal, gutting for the Australians, the Olympic champions, not finishing on the podium today, but this new look combination from the USA and from New Zealand getting themselves into silver and bronze.
Yeah, I couldn't help almost feeling like we were going to get a surprise, because we've had a few surprises today, but in fact it sort of went the way of the form book, went the way of the qualifying rounds. And there you go, you see them across the line, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 over there for Netherlands. And you can see what that means, as you say, Martin. First medals feel pretty special.
Yeah, the Oxford Brooks oarsman, Ollie Wilkes, with his arms out in that seagull pose. Not a quick time, these crosshead conditions.
Great Britain! Great Britain represented by Oliver Wilkes, David Ambler,